It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. On first down, Crosby, and he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
On second down, Crosby. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he rifles one incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a give, right side, Crosby. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On play action, they'll throw. Now he's forced out right and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A give to Elliott running left. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll run on 1st down. Crosby. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Shaw. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the 4th quarter. But here, it's happening early. A definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this 1st quarter already. And now after that completion, they're set up 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this 1st quarter. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
You can script and diagram plays all you want, but no one really envisioned something like that happening this early in the game. How about that run to get things started? Didn't he win NFC Player of the Week last week?
Yeah, he was on fire a week ago, and what a start to this one.
Yeah, no sign of him cooling down at all.
Now Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. They'll try and run for it with Jones.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively at 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the save. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dive. Able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Thomas. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. Looking here for Smith downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And down inside the 10 at the 9. A big play there for Philly.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let him in.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's Jones again on second down.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Third down, here's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
This one swung out here to Jones.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
The reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. He'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll drop to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just a series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And ends up pushing it back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll set up a throw. Throw left side complete. That's Harrington. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down.
And I believe that gain on third and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They'll go with Jones. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down at the 32-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
He finds his man complete. It's Harrington. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Drops it to Jones in the flat. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
On 3rd down, Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs have made this a 1-score game. And he pushed it right. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Crosby.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Four yards remain for 2nd down.
As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll keep it on the ground. Crosby. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. The Eagles on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Open man here is Gentry.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll run on first down. Crosby, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
59 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
They'll keep it on the ground. Crosby, and he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On 3rd down, Crosby, and he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So that, CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time. All right, it's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Second and 3.
That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They go play action here on first down.
That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
8 yards to go on second down.
They'll look to throw again.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
The Bucs on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harrington. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Jones. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
That's it, ready? We got work.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. He finds his man, complete. It's Harrington. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Running right, Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Eagles are likely going to win it. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. That one looks like he'll throw here. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. Crosby. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. On 3rd down, Crosby, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Eagles, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.